Hey, what's up, guys? Meteorologist Doug Hetty. It is a Monday morning. This is a Weather Savant. Actually, it's Monday early afternoon. A Weather Savant video. I had to move to the other side of the house because I'm getting my roof redone, actually by Superior Roofing and Contracting. So it's been a little bit loud here for us today, but usually, so Weather Savants, we talk about long range forecasting, what's going to happen down the road, the pattern. But today we're going to do a little touring of the radar because we got some rain, we got some snow which has been picking up across the region. So let's go ahead and let's see what's going to happen. And we'll look around. Temperatures are mainly at this point in time kind of sitting right around 40, but you can see the rain, the snow really increasing out across central Kansas, down through south central Kansas, and then into parts of Oklahoma. So let's take a tour and let's see exactly what is going on. So in the green, this is where you have rain. In the blue, that's where you have snow. So we can see, we'll take a tour here. You can see the snow picking up Concordia, Hayes over toward Dodge City, just north of Salina, Kansas. And then we actually have some moderate snow. Look at this. So this is south of Wichita, Wellington, over toward our western viewing area. So Fredonia and Neodesha starting to see flakes of snow mixing in. There may be a few flakes of snow mixing in just north of Pittsburgh as well over towards Sedan. But where you see the darker blues, that's where you're seeing some heavier amounts of snow. And then it kind of goes back to rain toward Ponca City, Enid back to snow west of Oklahoma City. So this is where kind of the bigger bands are going to be. So they are just now transitioning over to snow. So west of Oklahoma City toward Lawton and south of Oklahoma City will probably pick up 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 inches of snow. Overall, this system is not going to produce a ton of snow, but that pocket here, west of Oak City, down toward Lawton, and south of Oklahoma City, that's where the heaviest snow is going to be from this system. Let's go into northeastern Oklahoma. We have mainly just rain in the higher elevations of the river valley. Once you get north of Fort Smith, it looks like a little bit of snow is trying to mix in. Let's go farther north. Miami, you really haven't seen any rain yet. All of the Joplin metro, we are dry right now, but rain will start to pick up as we go through the rest of the afternoon into the evening hours. And temperatures, they're going to be dropping back into the 30s as well. But you can see this kind of intense little system. Now, in the pattern, so we're in a 45-ish day cycle. So we've already gone through about a cycle and a half. So what I've seen is, well, obviously the rain really started to pick up once we got about a week out of Halloween. So right around October 20th. So we've had 3 or 4 pretty decent storm systems since that point in time that has helped kind of put a dent in the a dent in the drought across the region. So that is good news. That means at least we're going to have some action as we go into the winter, and we're also going to have some action as we go into the spring. But this system will return once again. Actually, this system will, if you do the math, will return right around Christmas, maybe the day after. So we'll have to keep our eyes on it. But let's see what's going to happen. This thing's not going to drop a lot of snow. Some areas will get a little bit more, some areas less, some areas none at all. All right, but let's go through time. So let's go into this afternoon. So I'm going to stop this. This is going to be at about 5 p.m. this evening. So rain increasing from Joplin, Monette, Bentonville toward Veneta. Kansas City, you're kind of a rain snow mix, but then I think southeast Kansas, so Yates Center, Chanute, Iola, Independence, Fredonia, Neodesha over toward Wichita, Emporia. You guys are all snow at this point in time. Snow all the way down to Oklahoma City. Tulsa looks to be staying mainly rain. And then northwest Arkansas, Fort Smith, up toward just south of Bentonville, will be switching over to a rain snow mix. But there's going to be this little hole here from my viewing area, kind of the four state area, that doesn't get much snow of anything. It's just by the time it changes over, it's just going to be too late. All right, so let's go through time. So once the sun sets, so here's about 8 p.m. So Kansas City, you should be all snow. Wichita, still all snow. But Tulsa to Joplin, still mainly rain. You may get some flakes mixing in, but still mainly rain from Tulsa, Veneta, Joplin, over to Springfield. It's just this little corridor. We just don't have the upper level dynamics here. Okay, and then farther south, Neosho, Monette, Anderson, Cassville, Bentonville, Fayetteville, you're going to be all snow by this time. and that's where the accumulations will start to get going. Let's go a little bit later into the evening. You can see everything kind of switches to snow, but by the time Tulsa, by the time Veneta, by the time Joplin switches to snow, most of the moisture is out of here. So we're not going to get a whole bunch of snow. And then kind of after this is about 10 p.m. We just kind of switch over to light snow showers. Any accumulating snow now from Kansas City, Columbia, Kirksville, over towards St. Louis. And then we'll have some hit and miss little snow showers as we go through the rest of the night into the morning hours. But temperatures everywhere that gets the snow, you can see kind of hover right at or just below freezing or just above, even in most cases. So I don't expect a ton of issues on the roadways anywhere here in the four-state area, but still something we'll keep our eyes on. All right, snowfall amounts, I think from Wichita to Salina, Emporia up toward Kansas City, 1 to 2 inches of snow. But Tulsa, Veneta, up to Joplin, Pittsburgh, Lamar, Neosho, Miami, just a dusting, maybe a half an inch on the grassy surfaces if it changes over quick enough. Now, a little bit farther south, Anderson, Bentonville, Monette, Aurora, Cassville, Springfield, Branson, those areas are going to be kind of a half inch to an inch with isolated 2-inch amounts. That's the same thing that's going to happen in southeast Kansas. Let's say from Nevada, Fort Scott, Iola, Chanute, Yates Center, Fredonia, Neodesha, Independence, I would say a half an inch to an inch, mainly on the grassy surfaces, but there may be some isolated heavier amounts. But the center of the four-state area, not much snow at all. Dusting, maybe upwards to a half an inch. Kansas City, you are looking at probably 1 to 2 inches of snow. Wichita, kind of 1 to 2. St. Louis, 1 to 2. Much of the same. Columbia, even West Plains, you'll probably get 1 to 2 inches. And then Northwest Arkansas, probably a half inch to an inch. But in the higher elevations, there's probably going to be 2 or 3 inches of snow. And but Tulsa, not much at all. I think you guys are kind of just kind of rain and then eventually switching over to snow. So kind of today, this is what we wanted to talk about. We wanted to kind of go over the radar, and it's kind of cool to see snow already popping up. I love snow, even though we're not going to get much where I live in the Joplin area. Still kind of cool to see. But again, here in our northwestern counties, Chanute, Yates Center, Iola, you guys, half an inch to an inch, isolated, heavier amounts. And then our southern counties, Monette, Aurora, Cassville, Branson, Bentonville, Anderson, even Grand Lake, a little bit heavier, a half inch to an inch with isolated heavier amounts. Everybody else kind of adjusting to half an inch in the four-state area here. Of course, tonight, I'm going to get ready and go to work here in just a little bit, so I'll have the latest on KOAM News at 5, 6, 9, and 10. You can always download our KOAM Weather app and, of course, our KOAM Plus app on Roku if you miss any newscasts. But hope you guys had a great weekend and enjoying a little bit of rain and a little bit of snow, and we will chat soon.